I mean, it's really hard to be bluffing.
That part's true.
You're special, though.
That's what I've been told.
Hey guys, it's Alec, Torelli, and welcome to the Hand of the Day.
Every chip you gain is not as important as a chip you lose.
That's a great way to put it, for sure. Tournament poker is about surviving. I think people don't often realize the truth of that.
And if you understand conceptually that mindset, it gives a lot of altercations into how you decide to play hands.
There's only 5 or 6 people on the planet that understand how good your play was right there. Half the players at this table think you made a bad play. Look at face down, you're killing my business.
There's only one hand.
Killing me.
Hey guys, it's Alec Torelli, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Alec. I'm doing an awesome special guest segment this week, and a lot of the time leading up to the World Series, I'm featuring special guests who are experts in their field that have some practical, useful advice for you to share. I'm so excited to bring today's guest on, Jason Somerville, the Twitch master. He has over 10 million views on Twitch, been a professional poker player for years, excellent guy, great ambassador for the game, probably doing arguably the most along with Daniel Negreanu in today's industry to be an ambassador for the game and help with the legalization of online poker in the US today. He's actually streaming live today from New Jersey in the newly regulated online segment with PokerStars. So I'm really excited to catch up with him, get the lowdown on how the games are going, and a lot of exciting stuff to share with you today. Let's give him a call. All right, so Jason, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm really excited to have you. You're doing, I think, honestly, the most in the poker world today, being an ambassador for the game. You got 10 million views on Twitch. That's yeah, right. So epic, man. I've streamed 3 times on Twitch, and it's one of those things that's truly hard to appreciate how impressive of a feat that is until you've actually put in the hours and tried and done it yourself. That is major accomplishment. Congrats.
Yeah, you got to get used to talking to yourself for a long time. It's a little weird, but yeah, man, it's awesome. A year and a half now on Twitch, and we're going strong every day of the week, 7 days of the week, you know, so yeah, man, it's been awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing what you've been able to do, and in a way, I feel like perhaps your online poker background and poker playing background has prepared you for this immense dedication and grind. And I'm wondering, like, you know, I know there's a lot of online players out there that are watching this and that watch you regularly and look up to you, and they see you putting in an incredible amount of volume. I'm wondering how you stay inspired and keep focused to play well every day.
Well, you know, I try to play my best every day, but I actually try to have fun every day. I think that's a lot more important for a streamer, that you have a good time, win or lose. You know, no one wants to hang out with me if I'm mad or angry or disappointed, right? Like, so I try to have fun every day. And honestly, I've streamed for like 1,200 hours in the past year, okay? Something absurd. I've enjoyed almost every hour of that entire time, which is crazy. And the only time that I think of not having fun is when I was like really sick and just forced myself to stream. So, you know, I'm playing one table, so it makes it a little bit easier to pay attention. I'm usually playing tournaments, which, you know, is not usually the toughest thing to play. But yeah, man, I think the most important ingredients to be successful on Twitch are to be consistent, are to be warm and welcoming, you know, build a community that way, and to be unique in some way. And I feel like we do all those things on Run It Up by having fun every day. And to my surprise, we get raised to 1,500. And then I start to sit and think, what story is this guy telling? How is he bluffing here? I thought about it. You have a set, how do you fold? Maybe call if there was like 6 really good players than us. We were the worst player, something like that. I go, okay, I guess we just call.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to some of the skills required in online poker. Definitely consistency is a big one. And also having fun. I feel like so many people lose their motivation for playing, and their motivation switches from something that used to be a passion to something that's now inspired by external things like money, and that's when things start going wrong.
Absolutely right, dude. I mean, I always, when I was grinding, I would only play for the most part when I wanted to play, which was often, but if I didn't want to play for 3 or 4 days, I would just take off, which I think helped preserve my love of the game. You know, you started about the same time I started, right? Like a decade ago. You know, you can't stay in poker for 10 years playing all the time if you're hating it, and otherwise just get a job. What are you doing? You know, so we're playing a game for a living. If you're not enjoying yourself, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's a great perspective to have, but it's not easily done in practice. So congrats to you for keeping that up and throughout these
Thanks,
years.
man.
That's awesome. So you've clearly done well as a professional player. You came from a professional background, and you have plenty of opportunity even now to play in the poker world. You're still a successful player, winning player, and you've played a lot of big tournaments and cash games around the world. But you've shifted your place in the industry a lot more towards commentating, and you have your own festival now at Run It Up. And I'm wondering what sort of inspired this evolution in you as a poker player to evolve into something a little bit different than strictly playing professionally.
You know what? I always was a fan of poker content. I watched every episode of Poker After Dark, World Series of Poker, World Poker Tour, High Stakes Poker. I mean, I watched everything that ever existed, not to mention training sites like Card Runners, Blue Fire Poker, Deuces Cracked. I watched so much poker content that, I felt like I kind of knew what was good and what was bad. So I started making content myself almost a decade ago, basically when I got started, as a way to give back to the community that I started on. Something Awful, where Leo Walpert, Vivek, Max Silver, lots of Steve O'Dwyer. We all started together on Something Awful 10 years ago, and I started making training videos for free for them and for that site as a way to give back. And as time went on, I made more and more videos, started making more like general creative videos with the Final Table with Russell Thomas when he made the main event Final Table. We did like a documentary together on that, and I loved doing that project. And eventually when Ultimate Poker, which was America's first regulated poker site, when they launched in Nevada, to me it was a great opportunity to move out there, to help them, and to create content around their very small site. They had like 200 players on the site at max peak. And Run It Up started as a way to kind of showcase Ultimate Poker and to kind of just do a bankroll challenge series with a combination of good poker content, but also entertaining poker content.
Yeah.
I tried to accomplish both of those feats. And really, people reacted very positively. We were back on YouTube. We had a few thousand views on every video. It was very tiny. But, now here we are, 2.5, almost 3 years later. And things have kind of just taken a life of their own. Like you said, we now have these live events. We've done 4 live events in Reno. The last one we did, we had 400 people fly or drive in, including people from Sweden and Denmark and all across the U.S. and America and Canada. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. People come to hang out for like $500 buy-in main event. They're just coming to hang out. It's more just like a party than a poker tournament series. And really, everything just kind of like snowballed as far as like I would just see opportunities and kind of just be like, oh, okay, this is happening. Let's try this and let's try that. And I just was never afraid to have things like not work out. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? We're gonna lose some money or whatever. What's that all matter? We can make more money, right, Alex? So
yeah, definitely, man.
It's been an amazing journey, dude, and I feel like who knows what will happen from here.
That's exciting. That's a lot of wisdom there that you could take out of your journey that also applies to poker. So I think that's really interesting. You mentioned, you built a community with Run It Up, something similar to what I'm trying to build with my audience as well. And I've always described my community as like a positive place. Like that's what I wanted to inspire with the community that I built. But what do you think about Run It Up and what sort of defines your community of players? What makes it unique? What makes it different? And
well, I think that we have a very tolerant, welcoming sort of, like you said, very similar positive community. Like I don't want anybody who's being negative or just being like, we don't want that kind of stuff. We're all trying to enjoy the game we're playing. We're all trying to learn. We're all trying to get better. And I think I think that I find it hard to imagine that any single human on planet Earth has answered as many recreational player questions as I have.
Yeah.
I feel like I have answered what's a button, what's an ante,
what's a big blind? Yeah.
I've answered those questions thousands of times. Okay, so I feel like that's what makes Run It Up unique, is that because we're on Twitch and we had something like, off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what number it was, but we had hundreds of thousands, if not low millions, of unique visitors to Run It Up because of our partnership with Twitch last year. We're getting this incredible audience on Twitch, and we're able to expose the game to people who had never really seen poker, or they saw it once, they heard about it, they don't really know. And I try by keeping content sort of accessible to everyone, but not low level.
Yeah.
Like I don't try to talk in high terms, but people will understand it because I try to explain things in a kind of a simplistic manner, even if they're higher level concepts like polarized ranges or just generally
floating or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just try to say I'm going to call here because he has a lot of hands and I think we can win the pot on the turn, instead of saying, oh, I'm floating here because his VPIP is real high and he's being real, you know what I mean? So I try to translate that into English for the people who aren't so, used to the high level poker stuff. And I think it's that like recreational mindset that I don't shy away from. I'm a recreational player, aren't you? I want to have fun when I play. I don't want to hang around with 6 wizards who are in their hoodies and just not talking. I want to have a fun time, and I think everybody shares that perspective on Run It Up.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Your Twitch channel is awesome because I first of all, the 2 things. One is I love when you ban people that are just, spamming the chat and stuff, and you always have some positive, unique perspective on when you ban them. I was watching yesterday, and you're like, "All right, you're banned. Hope it was worth it." Like it's always hilarious.
It doesn't happen too often. We have a great team that keep tabs on things, but yeah, once in a while you got to take the people that say naughty things and put them in the timeout corner.
Yeah, you're always so lighthearted about it. But I think what's really cool about your channel for sure is that you're so good at translating the language of poker that could sometimes be a little daunting to everyone. And I know there's people from, high stakes players that watch your channel to people that have never played before. And that the fact that you could cover such a versatile area of the poker community is pretty damn impressive. 7 days a week, it's major props.
It's all experience, because I have watched so much poker content. I've talked poker with so many great players, without guys like, Vivek and Daniel and so many of my friends over the course of my life who are better than me, who kind of taught me these things. I kind of just feel like it's my goal to be a tour guide. I get to take people who are new to the game and show them why it's so much fun. It's really a great job, to be honest.
You have a really unique spot in the industry, and that's really, really cool. So you're in New Jersey now. Talk to us about the state of online poker. I know so many people are dying to hear this. The whole world's curious. You've been grinding there a few weeks. How are the games?
So today's day 9 for me here in New Jersey, and I gotta say, I think that first of all, it feels unreal good to be playing PokerStars again from America. I mean, I'm also from Long Island, which is like an hour away from where I am right now, so this feels like home to me, just about. And it's been great, man. Of course, there's less action because we're just here in New Jersey. But that being said, we've still got about 1,000 players every night. PokerStars is already #1 in New Jersey by cash game traffic and by tournament traffic. They haven't really done any kind of advertising or promotion. They've kind of just launched, got everything sorted out. So they're not really heavily promoting it here in New Jersey. But like I tell everybody, this is kind of like the New Jersey experiment. If we can be successful here in New Jersey, it's not all that hard for us to look at New York, Connecticut, California, Massachusetts, Florida, Pennsylvania, all these states that are considering online poker regulation and say, hey, look what we've done here in New Jersey. This is a beautiful, wonderful thing. All you guys have to do is either opt in to New Jersey's regulations or build a similar set of your own. We combine those states, and it won't take much to create momentum that's going to really make change in America. I think we're going to really see a shift in the next couple of years. A snowball effect hopefully will occur when we get 1 or 2 more states on board. I think it'll come back relatively quickly to the majority of America.
That's awesome. So you've touched on what you think will happen in the future. How will the online poker economy be, in your opinion? Like, will it be like 2005, 2009? I know there's so many people wondering. What do you think it's going to be like?
It won't be like 2005 because those were the glory days. But my job is to make online poker great again. That's what I'm going to do here in America, Alex. So, yeah, listen, I don't know if it'll ever be as good as the good old days, but you know what? I bet you and I have had more money stolen from us by shady poker sites than probably many other people who are listening, right? So,
there you go.
That will not happen in a regulated environment. I want to play. Listen, I'm an adult American, okay? People are going to gamble. We're Americans. Humans have been gambling forever. I want my government to create a taxed and regulated poker environment. They can take the money. That's fine. Get yourself a tax. I want to play games that are safe. I know my money is secure. I know the games are going to be square. That to me, as an adult American, there's no reason why I can't play a $1 stud tourney in my underwear from the comfort of my home. And you know what the greatest thing is?
Amen, man.
You know what the greatest thing is about the stream is that we have hundreds of thousands of angsty Americans that feel the same way. They're like, why can't I play a $1 stud tourney with you? There's no logical reason when we have things like horse racing and lottery sales. I know I'm preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, it's
good to hear, though. You're so good at explaining it.
Well, I mean, dude, but this is the power of the stream platform. I say these same exact things to tens of thousands of people every single day. Tell them to get on the phone, write emails, talk to their legislators, send a tweet, and all these things help pave the way for regulation to come back to America. So I really feel like in the last year, it really kind of hit me that there really is no one in our generation or otherwise who is like a passionate American trying to help advocate for regulated online poker in America. And, I looked at our numbers last year. We had something, again, I don't want to guess and be wrong because I should have checked before the stream, but we had hundreds of thousands, if not closer to 1 million unique American visits in 2015. We have so many American fans who are angsty and annoyed. Why can't they play online poker? I want to harness that and help make change happen.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Man, you're an inspiration. You definitely have a unique spot in the industry. Good for you for what you're doing. Major props, dude. Hands down.
Thanks,
Jason,
dude.
thanks a lot for being on the show today. Of course, your Twitch stream is epic, but where else can we find you?
Yeah, so you can find me every single day, 7 days a week. I don't take breaks. Runitup.tv, streaming live from about 4 p.m. Eastern to about 11 p.m. Eastern every single day. And you can find me on Twitter at Jason Somerville. And you can learn more about our event series in Reno, runutupreno.com. We got Nana Noko joining us, Jamie Staples, hopefully Kevin Martin working on, Samantha Abernathy is coming. We got Rob Sesternino from Rob Has a Podcast. Some other cool people are coming to hang out. It's an awesome poker festival. And
when
you
is
can learn
it?
more about that. It's May 24th to 30th in Reno, Nevada. So you can learn more about that at runutupreno.com. It's going to be a great event. Can't wait for it.
Awesome, Jason. Thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure as always, and keep doing what you're doing, man. The world needs it.
You got it, dude.
Cheers.
Thanks, man. And to my surprise, we get raised to 1,500. And then I start to sit and think, what story is this guy telling? How is he bluffing here? I thought about it. You have a set. How do you fold? Maybe call if there was like 6 really good players than us. We were the worst player, something like that. I go, okay, I guess we just call.
I mean, it's really hard to be bluffing.
That part's true.
You're special, though.
That's what I've been told.
Hey guys, it's Alec Torelli, and welcome to the Hand of the Day.
Every chip you gain is not as important as a chip you lose.
That's a great way to put it, for sure. Tournament poker is about surviving. I think people don't often realize the truth of that.
And if you understand conceptually that mindset, it gives a lot of altercations into how you decide to play hands.
There's only 5 or 6 people on the planet that understand how good your play was right there. Half the players at this table think you made a bad play. Look at face down, you're killing my business.
There's only one hand. There's only one hand.
Killing me.